Do you know how many petrol stations there are in Europe? Around 140,000. All of these petrol stations must be supplied with different types of fuel by trucks. In this video I will explain the logistic challenges of transport fuels when switching from oil-based fuels to bio-based fuels. Currently there are about 180 biofuel factories in Europe producing around 21 million tons of liquid biofuels. This amount is slowly increasing. Around 120 plants are producing biodiesel, 60 plants produce bioethanol and 3 plants are used to crack biodiesel to produce hydrotreated vegetable oil, also called HVO diesel. The biofuel production plants are located all through the European continent, but often not at the same location as the refineries. This makes logistics a definite challenge. Let's take a closer look at the day-to-day logistics of biofuels. We can distinguish 6 main challenges. The first challenge is the supply of biomass. All 180 biofuel production plants have to be fed with the adequate volume and type of biomass feed each year. This should match the plant production capacity. Usually these are residual streams such as cooking oil. Next, each production plant has to deliver the proper amount of bioethanol, biodiesel and HVO, matching the biomass supply as well as the biofuel demand. When the biofuels are produced, they have to be sampled, analyzed and stored in tanks. The temperature, water content, oxygen levels and tank materials must be controlled, as some biofuels can easily degrade when conditions are wrong. Next, biofuels are blended into the mineral fuel pool. A maximum of 10% bioethanol is blended into gasoline, leading to E10. For biodiesel, 7% is blended into diesel, leading to B7. Lastly, up to 30% HVO is blended into HVO diesel. Roughly 21 million tons of biofuels have to be blended into 355 million tons of mineral fuels. This blending requires great precision in terms of volume and quantities, but also a lot of transport of biofuels and mineral fuels by trucks and ships between tank terminals. When biofuels are blended into the mineral fuel pool, the end product has to be distributed to end users such as petrol stations or wholesale center. The time between production and usage of biofuels can be substantial, weeks or even months. This is due to global production and transport. This time frame should be monitored because quality of biofuels can degrade over time. The final logistic challenge of biofuels is administration and quality control. Administration is needed for excise duties and taxes, but also to monitor reduction of CO2 emissions. Quality control is needed to show that biofuels meet the European quality standards that are set for pure and blended biodiesel and gasoline. Mistakes in this process can lead to problems with car and ship engines, with great negative impact on companies and users. So full cooperation, communication and sampling is needed to prevent such mistakes from happening. And what about the future of biodiesel? To reach the targets for CO2 emission reduction set by the European Union, new targets are expected for transport fuels. These affect logistics as well. For road and rail transport, the EU has set a minimum level of 14% of renewable energy for 2030. Since this target is above the B7 and E2 limits, that can currently be handled by European cars, new blending ways have to be found. For example, blending HVO diesel above the B7 limits and blending bioethanol or bionaphtha above E10. For non-road applications, the future is still unclear. For inland shipping, mandatory bioblending might be implemented. A challenge in this context is the fact that the use of biodiesel requires adjustment to ships' engines or engine maintenance procedures. For marine shipping, a future vision still needs to be developed. Due to the used engines with a high fuel consumption, renewable fuels for marine shipping will not resemble the biodiesel or bioethanol products for road transport. Therefore, heavier products such as biomass pyrolysis oil or maybe even solid biomass systems need to be developed. So now you know the key issues regarding the blending of biofuels into mineral fuels and the 6 logistic challenges that are related to this. These are biomass supply, production, storage, blending, distribution and administration and quality control. You also know the logistic challenges of future developments for transport biofuels in the European Union. Most important are the technical limits of blending and biofuel quality in relation to transport engines used in Europe. What do you think is needed to overcome the logistic challenges for biofuels in the future?